the desire to be loved. Now, look, as men, fellas, I get it. Growing up, you want to get with a lot of women. You have all these urges, you have all these desires. We see it a lot online and in TV and movies. And it's cool. Like, that was something I was obsessed with. I built a career off of literally teaching men how to do that and going out and doing it over and over and over again. But there was a long time where I wasn't good with women, and there was also a 5-year relationship I had almost unintentionally before that where I got my heart shattered. I've been in 2 very long-term relationships, but I've also been that single dude who wasn't confident with women, who just wanted to get out of pain and heartbreak and just be with a girl. So it's like, I've seen different sides of this, guys. There's the dude who's at a very low level. He's just lonely and depressed and doesn't have confidence, and he just wants a partner. There's the dude who is coming out of a relationship and he just wants to go out and get laid, right? Or there's somewhere in between, like the dude who is just kind of like the player and he just wants to smash and get girls like that. And he's not really looking for a relationship. It doesn't really matter which one you are. I've been all of them, but I want to talk about this idea of the desire of being loved. Because I think in my 20s, I would hear this kind of concept and think it was like stupid or beta, right? And so I wanted to talk to you guys about it because I think there's some misconceptions I had when I was in my 20s around it. And I don't really see that many other people that I idolize that talk about these concepts. It's kind of unfortunate. There's a lot of these masculine alpha dudes, but not that many people talk about these topics. So I almost feel like it's an injustice to not put some of this content out there. So before we even talk about different types of relationships and love and the desire to be loved, the very first thing I want to talk about, which is no matter which level you're at right now, you need to understand the main concept, which is before you can even give out love or really receive love at high levels, you need to be able to operate in the highest frequency of yourself. That which is love, joy, enlightenment is like the highest levels, but right below enlightenment is like love, peace, joy, those kind of frequencies. If you are not already capable of achieving those internally, there is no way you could give out true love in a relationship or to family, friends, loved ones. Like, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. Anything else it's just a desire that you want to feel good about yourself. Like, you're literally chasing an emotion. You're chasing a feeling. And that's coming from the wrong place, because that's where I was in both of my relationships. I didn't really love myself. I thought I did, but in hindsight, there were so many things that I was doing or putting into my body, or thought loops and things that I had going on in my life that were constantly lowering my frequency, right? Anytime, just to give you guys a quick summary, on the frequency chart, there's pride and courage going into willingness, acceptance, and happiness, joy, love, and so on and so forth, going upwards. But right below that is anger, desire, fear. Those frequencies, those emotions, anytime you give into those, it lowers your frequency. So if you're ever giving into desire, anger, or fear, you are moving away from love. Understand that. And me, in my 20s, I was moving so far into my desires every single day. First, it was with video games in my teenage years and 20s. I spent so much time in a fantasy reality world. I was afraid of living my actual life. So I moved to fear constantly. Really, I was avoiding. And then in my 20s, it was weed for a decade. And then it was pickup. I got my heart broken by my first girlfriend. And so I got into pickup as a means of pickup and dating and cold approach as a means of building up my own character, because I did see the good in it, but I was still kind of lost in a sense that I was constantly giving into desire. I had unprotected sex with, I don't even know how many women, like way too many. Unprotected, probably more than 50 in a span of like 2 years. Just absolutely horrible. And all while drunk and under the influence of weed and other drugs. Like, it was bad. And not all of them were like crazy drugged out party experiences. So, there was a handful of good girls that I dated. I wasn't like this raving party dude. But I'm just saying this because I chased lust and desire so much. And I was constantly operating from those frequencies and not even really trying to connect with women on deeper levels. But the reason behind that was because I was already in a 5-year relationship and I got my heart broken. And my dad died at a young age. So I grew up learning that the people that were closest to me leave me and hurt me. Right? So as a means of experiencing those things, I put up these walls and I built up this other character that couldn't go into that situation again. And pickup was a great tool to build up my character simultaneously, but it also allowed me to get away with these other things of not needing to go face those uncomfortable situations and really just escape the emotions of it all and be able to just continuously go out and get new women and new women and new women and go through this loop of going out, getting drunk, approaching, building attraction, getting validation, getting girls chasing me, looking like the really cool dude in the environment, feeling like the cool dude in the video game, running around getting the women and shit. And it's true. But a lot of it was unhealthy. The places that it was coming from. Cold approach and self-development are not unhealthy things at all. Those are life-changing things. Those were, in my opinion, much better things to get addicted to than what some other people get addicted to. But I'm just letting you know that through all of that, I wasn't really loving myself. And I don't think deep down, I just wanted a girl that cared for me because I had that. But it was more like I had these other sides of me that I wasn't putting in deep work into myself, removing all of the bad shit and trying to be the best version of myself on a daily basis. Yes, I built a brand. Yes, I was helping people. I had bursts of my day where I had a lot of fulfillment from helping clients because they were also passionate about self-development and pickup and dating. And so I had a lot of things right, but in hindsight, there was still some missing pieces. I avoided the pain of my dad's death. I never went back to the grave for 10 years. Just buried that. Didn't talk to anybody about it. Didn't go to therapy about it. Didn't discuss it. Closed off relationship with my mom and my sister throughout my teenage into my 20s. First girl left me, heartbroken. Built up this wall, built up this pickup character for myself, this identity. And so I had a lot of things internally that were messed up. And I'm telling you guys this because I'm not saying you have the same situation, but everybody, deep down as humans, we do want love. And you might not be messed up. You might not have had the same experiences I had. Some of you guys might just be younger and you're inexperienced with women and you just want a girl. But even that dude, I would tell him, you still need to build up yourself and go through the uncomfortable actions on a daily basis. Sitting home, being depressed, whining or not motivated that you'll ever make it because these girls just want jack dudes that are rich and models and I don't have the money or the looks and John has it and I don't and I'm born that way and I'll never get a girl. Yo, shut the fuck up with your pity party, bro. Shut up. I don't care what side of this you're on. I'm saying this because no matter what, we all have flaws as individuals. And I know because I coach a lot of dudes in my program. I take 10 plus 30-minute one-on-one onboarding calls a day, man, where I just sit down with dudes and I'm just talking about their situation. What are the shortcomings? What does their past look like? What are their goals right now? Where are they struggling? And I connect with a lot of dudes like that on a daily basis on my one-on-one onboardings. And then I run live coaching calls every day in the community where I talk to every single person on the call. And I've taken thousands of consultation calls in the past. So I know the industry, I know the male audience, and I get what it's like, dude, because I've coached a lot of you guys and I've been through a crazy experience myself, right? And I'm saying, regardless of what side of this you're on, coming out of a relationship, never been in a relationship, the young bull stud wants to fuck them all, I don't care what side of it you're on, dude. Understand that we all have flaws and shortcomings, and we all have bad habits and vices that we're turning to. The moment you turn to desires and vices, I don't care what it is, if it's porn, if it's video games, if it's weed, if it's alcohol, if it's nicotine, it could be as simple as nicotine. It could be as simple as anger and negativity. I have some friends I grew up with, they're sober, but they'll talk hella shit. That's negative. That's anger. Low key, it's anger or jealousy. It's a low frequency. Best believe if you are constantly talking negatively on people, that affects your own mindset and your own self-talk, and you don't have a strong relationship with yourself. Because if you really woke up and did the uncomfortable actions on a daily basis and removed, I mean literally removed. I'm not talking Friday, I had a couple drinks and that was it. No, that doesn't mean 5 days on, 2 days off, or 6 days on, 1 day off, or even bi-weekly. It means never, dude. It means you're dialed the fuck in. That's the only way you could really hit true high levels, high frequencies of love. You really think you could just take substances to fucking recreate that and it would genuinely like work? No, that's a substance that's creating that. And when you're not on that substance, you'll become dependent on that thing. Same thing with the nicotine. If you're dependent on hitting a nicotine vape to get dopamine every 5 minutes, every hour, even if it's just weed hits at night, dude, now you can't create that dopamine for yourself. How are you going to appreciate one other person and be in a fulfilling relationship with one other person when you're dependent on external substances? It doesn't work like that. You're dependent on your arousal process by a screen and your hand and lubricant. You're dependent on your fulfillment of your validation and your identity and your ego to go out and have sex again and again and again with new women. And I'm not talking shit on you. I'm talking to myself. This is me on the camera. I know this because I've done this for long times. Long times. Over and over and over again. Too long, man. 34. I've been going out drinking since I was 17. Good. 8 months completely sober right now. No drugs, no alcohol, no nicotine, no weed. Early wake up time. Did my time in therapy. Still going through it. Putting in the work, the uncomfortable actions every single day to raise my frequency high as fuck with prayer, gratitude, appreciation. And then putting out the value here on these videos, on my coaching calls, on my client calls, on the onboarding calls, to my family, my friends, my loved ones, and to society for the betterment of humanity. That's what puts you into the highest frequencies. So whether you're a single dude, whether you're a lone dude, whether you're coming out of a relationship, or whether you're that fucking stud, or maybe you're that older guy too. I don't care which level it is, man. You got to assess right now. Remove all the bad things that are in your life, all of the vices. Anytime you give in to desire for the day, your frequency goes down. You can't hit the highest frequencies when you're giving in to desire. If I pig the fuck out and eat a cheap meal, I'm not going to be in high frequency. If I smoke the blunt, I'm not in high frequency. If I miss my wake up time, I'm not in a high frequency. It fucks up the relationship with my own self-talk. You need to build up the relationship with yourself daily by putting in the uncomfortable actions, setting goals, doing some reflection, and hitting your goals, man. That's what it comes down to. Because once I blast through my day and help so many people while staying clean and dialed in, my frequency is so high, I still have a couple hours towards the end of the day, and I give back the love to my family, my friends, and my loved ones. That's how you can give out love, but more importantly, then you're in a position where you can truly receive love. Anything before that is greedy, selfish, egotistical desires of validation so you think you feel cool. That's not love. Trust me, it's not love, and I've been there and I've done that, and it's not love, dude. You want to feel love, you got to be off everything, get high off of life and the actions, and love the relationship you have with yourself to then give it out to the world without expecting anything in return. And once you've done that enough, now we're at high enough frequencies where I can actually receive the love back. And then it's fulfilling as fuck, man. Then it's so fulfilling at the end of the day. And then you can really love unconditionally. My last relationship, I wouldn't give out love unless she did this. And if she did that, no, done. Right? Like, that's so fucking, no, dude, that's not love, man. We got it all fucked up, guys. Trust me. It's all messed up, man. And I'm still going through this. I'm not a saint. I'm not perfect. But these are the realizations I've came to over the last decade of going through that whole process. Really 20 years. First 10, my dad died, escaped from the world. Last 10, first girl left me. Went through the pickup journey. Went through my last relationship. Did all of this reflection, helping all of these dudes. This is the truth, man. All right? But it starts within yourself. So if you want help trying to fast track this process, if you're struggling with any of the vices, if you want more clarity, structure, accountability, direct coaching, you want to sit down with me for 30 minutes one-on-one, I'll craft out your day, your week, set up goals, give you coaching, give you some structure we can stick to over the next couple of weeks, daily live coaching calls every single day, interactive with me. Nobody gets off my call without talking to me, as well as the community and all the content. Click the button below. Check out the brand new coaching program. It's fucking lit, dude. Try it out for 1 month. You could do all of that for 1 month. And worst case scenario, if you're not satisfied, I'll give you a full refund. You have literally nothing to lose. Click the button below. Get into the group. That's all for today, fellas. Spread the love. Raise your frequency. See you tomorrow.